when we would read stories, she would turn a page and it was like the first time she saw all these words.
The short-term goal that I had in mind was for her to enjoy learning.
Well, I needed help with reading because I had a smaller reading level than others, so it kind of was embarrassing to read. Like, I would read little books. They were reading bigger books and I was reading smaller books, so.
Her teachers say that she's raising her hand more in class. That makes me happy that she's feeling like she's doing better.
In reading, sometimes we'll have like these novels, and then he'd call on somebody to read. And at first I was not feeling very comfortable about it, but now I'll read a lot.
I can do anything. I can do anything if I have the right tools, the right skills. If people care about me and encourage me and show me how capable I really am. If I find that place where I gain the confidence to be myself, then I can do anything.
In the last 37 years, we've learned a lot, taught a lot, and made a big difference in children's lives. It's who we are, and it's what we do. It starts with building academic confidence, igniting intellectual curiosity, and inspiring the love of learning. 37 years of improving children's lives. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Joe was down a lot during the first couple of years she was in school. He just wasn't achieving at the level he wanted to. We knew he was a smart kid. He knew he was a smart kid, but it just kept beating him down that he wasn't able to get the grades that he wanted, and the teachers weren't giving him the feedback that we felt like he deserved for the brain speed we had in his head.
Joe's parents were very frustrated. They were seeing that Joe was obviously intelligent to them, but he just missed some pieces in school. And so uncovering that was really exciting for them.
As parents, of course, we want to help him ourselves. And we tried taking him to the library and helping him read. We've spent hours and hours reading, just the two of us, one-on-one with him, and trying to help him come along. And we just found that we didn't have the tools ourselves to do that. For the first time, I felt like he had a teacher, again, a one-on-one person that was getting to know him, not just interested in his academics, but interested in him as a person, getting to understand his personality and what motivated him. No teacher had ever done that before.
His confidence is increasing, he's a happier child, and he's really connecting with other students and his teachers at school. So one of the things that's important to me is not just to raise a child, but to grow a young man. And Sylvan has really helped me develop his full potential, and that's why I recommend it. When our children attended Sylvan, they started to use the iPads in the last set of sessions that they attended, and that was very positive for us and really engaged our children, because I think, like most parents, our children are very dialed into electronics and computers and tablets and phones. And when they were able to participate in that program using tablets and also learn, I think it dialed into them at a much higher level than we were able to previously hope for.
I've never seen my son so proud as when he came home with a report card full of A's. And that was a great feeling as a mom to know he had finally achieved what we wanted for him all along.
So he went basically from being almost a full year behind in reading and almost that far behind in math to getting straight A's and being towards the top of his class.
Learning should be personal. At Sylvan, it is.
Emily came in and she was very unsure of herself. She didn't like reading aloud very well. She would like us to do her reading for her. And she just generally lacked skills and self-confidence.
I needed help with reading, spelling, vocabulary, and sounds.
Emily came to us with a concern from both the family and the school over distractibility. And I think that was one of the reasons that the Sylvan model and the Sylvan Center was so effective for her. We were able to manage those distractions, teach her ways to focus and to retask and refocus. And I think that had a significant improvement for her in moving forward.
Sylvan listens to our concerns, and then they make every effort possible to meet what the needs are for the student.
In my mind, I can read fast and not miss any words. But sometimes when I read out loud with other people, it just slows me down.
Emily had the ability, and she was missing those pieces that we were able to very readily fit in as soon as she started with the Sylvan Sync, and she started filling in those gaps in her abilities with her letters and with her with the fluency. She really started to understand what was going on, and she went from really being hesitant to even read aloud to actually wanting to read aloud.
With every student, you like to think that there's that moment where they get it. Emily actually had one of those almost every week. And she's one of those children that when she gets it, the smile just covers her face. And she just wants to share with the world, certainly with the table she's at, but with everybody else, that I just learned this skill.
Sylvan is worth its weight in gold. I jokingly say lots of times that I think Sylvan is part of our family.
I think commitment is the reason that it worked. The mom works full-time, the dad works full-time, and the grandmother was the one, and is the one, who has been, I think, paramount in making sure that the students attended, that the students received all the skills, all the tutoring, all the help that they needed.
You know, it's so difficult to see the children struggling in school. Being a former teacher, it just breaks your heart to see them struggling and seeing other children being able to achieve. And when they achieve something, it's just absolutely wonderful feeling. But you really realize that learning is beginning to happen.
Thank you for helping me, and thank you for reading to me, and I enjoy that.
I am unique.
I have my own dreams.
My own talents.
My own needs.
And I have so much more to offer. Find the place that will help me shine in the way that's best for me.
When you look into my eyes, you see more than blue.
Brown.
Or green.
You see my dreams.
Dreams that need to be nurtured and inspired.
Give me the building blocks for bigger dreams.
The strength to persevere.
The skills for a competitive world.
The confidence that comes from knowing someone cares.
Give me the gift of learning.
And make my dreams my future.
I'm 19 years old and I go to school at St. Louis University. I've been playing basketball my whole life. I did get a pretty large scholarship for the meteorology program. A big part of meteorology would be mathematics. College is a lot of work and it's a lot different than what I was used to in high school. If I didn't have experience, I wouldn't be able to adjust as quickly as I did. Sylvan is definitely a big part of that scholarship.
I'm 16 years old. I go to Union Catholic in Scotch Plains. I want to play basketball in college. I know that I have to be on top of my grades all the time. I am going to a well-known tutoring place that has helped people in the past with the ACT and SAT. I feel like that will give me a better edge than my friends and I might hold a little bragging rights over them.
My biggest worry going into the SAT or the ACT was math. Ball handling is kind of like my math. I need to work on that.
When I'm struggling with pre-calc, I know that it's going to get better if I work hard. I just know I got to keep fighting through it. If we get a high score on the SAT or ACT, we could go to our dream colleges that we talk about. Sylvan SAT prep class is getting me ready for the SAT in the future by building my confidence as well as my academic ability. And I know when I walk into that classroom that I'll be as confident as anyone sitting in one of those desks to get a great score on that test.
Your kid's life is already in motion, but if he's distracted or disengaged at school, each day takes him farther away from his goals. At Sylvan, we create a personalized plan for your child with our in-depth assessment. Our certified teachers use a technology-based approach. So your child not only catches up, but gets ahead of the game. To find out more about Sylvan's affordable plans and flexible hours,
visit sylvanlearning.com today. You'll be surprised how quickly things can change for the better.
When he started to fall behind a little bit, you know, there were questions raised, is there something wrong? And there wasn't. And I knew in my heart that this little boy is super intelligent and he needed the love.
4 or 5 weeks later, I gave him the same 100 problem set of tests that he brought home from school. He did it in 4.5 minutes, the entire thing.
Feels a lot better because now I'm participating with the class and I wasn't doing that before.
It's nice as a mother to know that you're sending your kids into somewhere where the people care about them.
Thank you so much because it's helping me so much with my grades and everything.
Benjamin Franklin once said, "Tell me and I forget.
Teach me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I learn. STEM is more than just an acronym. It's a world of infinite possibilities for our next generation. They use physics to make that shot you boast about. Engineering as you watch your child build elaborate toy bridges. And technology to think outside of the toy box. Children are natural explorers and take inspiration from the world around them. Accomplishments are important. Sheer happiness is discovering an opportunity to make something work. I want my children to experience the wonder and inspiration our amazing world has to offer, to know that anything is possible. We can show them the way.
Hi, I'm Dad. Some people call us a minivan, but I call it a math minivan, where every day I try and make math fun and exciting for my kids. Let's go for a ride. Hey guys, I made some changes to the minivan.
Hope it's good. It better be good.
Welcome to the math minivan. Ready for some fun?
Yeah!
What do you think?
It's pretty nice. Wow.
Luke, you're up first. You're in the middle of the most epic battle in second grade history. There are 10 players on the opposing team. 5 of them have been eliminated by you. How many players are left?
5.
Wow, good job. How about you, Anthony? You know the fraction that is?
5/10 or 1/2.
Good job. Good teamwork, guys.
But
If I buy a bag of marshmallows, and there are 20 marshmallows in the bag, but your brother sneaks into the pantry and eats 4 of them, how many marshmallows are left?
16.
Perfect. All right, Anthony, I have a pizza question for you.
Can we put a little pepperoni in that pizza, please?
Sure, pepperoni pizza coming right up. If I order us a pizza, you eat 2 slices, Luke eats 1 slice, and your mother eats 1 slice. How much of the pizza is left for me?
Half of it.
Thank goodness, because I'm starving. Congratulations, guys. You just won yourselves a pizza party.
Yeah!
Homework was a constant battle.
She was falling further and further behind.
We thought if we just push harder.
Pushing harder didn't work. Sylvan worked.
Sylvan worked.
Sylvan worked.
At Sylvan, our certified teachers use personalized programs to help motivate students achieve their personal best.
The results aren't just in her grades.
Her attitude is different.
See how Sylvan can work for your child.
Visit sylvanlearning.com today.
Maddie is a fantastic student. She works really hard. She has a great attitude, great motivation. She's always gotten good grades, been in great classes, and worked hard, but stayed up till 4 in the morning trying to get her homework done.
My daughter is a complete perfectionist and has had issues with getting things done to her liking. She's always done things well, but for her, well sometimes isn't good enough. She tested out of all the tutoring and went right into the study skills program here at Sylvan.
My biggest surprise or great moment with Maddie was when she started using her planner more efficiently.
So it was kind of good to have her here so we could tell her, you can be great and then you can still do other things. There's a balance, and we helped her find that balance.
You want the best for your child, now and in the future. And your child's future depends on a solid education and a love of learning. At Sylvan, we teach our students how to learn so they build confidence and develop the skills needed, inspiring success in school and beyond. A one-size-fits-all approach to teaching doesn't work. No two students are exactly alike. They learn in different ways and at different paces, so we make learning personal. It all starts with our 4-step process we call Sylvan Insight. Assess, plan, teach, apply. The cornerstone of this process is the Sylvan Insight Assessment Suite. Let's learn more about it. It includes an adaptive test, which we use to identify your child's skill level in a subject. Activities with Sylvan teachers, where we observe your child reading, writing, and doing math. Your child's own assessment of his personal habits and attitudes towards school. All this combines to give us a 360-degree view of each student, unparalleled insight into what makes your child tick. The results of this comprehensive assessment suite pinpoints exactly where your child should be placed along Sylvan's learning progression. This progression maps out all the skills students need to learn from kindergarten through 12th grade in the order that makes the most sense to learn them. Your child's personal plan moves along this progression, adapting to his individual performance. Because lessons adapt, we can pinpoint a trouble area, go back and work on that skill until it's mastered. When he masters it, he'll return to where he was in the progression, always guided by our expert teachers. This means your child is always learning and always challenged, but never frustrated. It's what we do. inspiring those light bulb moments that open up new paths to success. Learning should be personal. At Sylvan, it is.
When I grow up, I'm going to travel the world, pick my favorite spot, and become a doctor. I want to be a movie director.
What do these kids have in common?
I'm running for president in 2036.
To be honest, not much. Not their hairstyles, not their hobbies, not their families or their dreams. Every child is unique, and each student learns in different ways. So why are they taught like they're the same?
We want to make sure that she gets into a good college. She was falling further and further behind at school.
Homework was a constant battle.
We thought if we just push harder.
Pushing harder didn't work. Sylvan worked.
Sylvan worked.
Sylvan worked.
Parents know that each test, quiz, and assignment is a small step towards achieving big things. For over 30 years, we've been setting new standards in personal learning. Getting to know each and every child is key to Sylvan's unique process called Sylvan Insight.
They started by really getting to know our daughter.
They used assessments to figure out what was going on academically.
Sylvan Sync allows them to teach the right skills at the right time and track improvement.
We can keep up with her progress, and she can do more by using My Sylvan.
He gets the kind of personal attention you just can't get in a crowded classroom.
We select and train teachers who understand how to engage and motivate kids. They help our students master the skills they need for success in the classroom and everyday life.
The results aren't just in her grades.
Her attitude is different.
She likes coming to Sylvan.
We don't just build test scores, we build confidence. We help clear the way for kids to do what they do best, dream big.
My daughter went to Sylvan's classes that they held over with, I guess, in conjunction with the Girls and Boys Club. And she took this class initially, I think it was just a couple of weeks. And I would just drop her off, and it was super easy. It was something that, you know, she enjoyed. And then came to find out upon completion that there was another program, more advanced, that she could take.
I've always loved technology. I've always been the person who fixes all the, like the TVs or something like that. So I've always liked science, technology. But when I got to do coding, I was like, okay, there's more than just fixing TVs. There's also code, making video games.
My experience with Maddie was one when she first came in the room, she was automatically open and excited about learning, but she didn't know a whole lot about coding. And with every day, her enthusiasm grew, and I saw that enthusiasm spread throughout the class.
Each lesson that we did, we had to make a game that would go with that content that we learned. So we would make a game based on that. So maybe like making a party with all the moving, or clicking a button and makes the colors light up and make like a maze.
She was excited. She was learning something new every week, every day, to building blocks that she could utilize in her project. And so she was excited to have that opportunity and freedom to actually create something of her own.
I'm a very big supporter of Sylvan because I've seen what it does to the kids. I know that it's impacted our kids, and I know that our kids are going to do great things.
I want to keep on going to the next level with actually typing in the code. I want to be able to make a whole video game maybe someday, or keep on going.
I think that Maddie's capable of doing a lot of things with the right tools. I think Sylvan has made a big impact on her. The exposure that they have when they're at this age, that will guide them and have them yearn for something great.
Maddie has over 16 games or apps, we like to call them. She went ahead and she even did a Halloween one. She did one about crossing the street, different things like that. And it was different than some of the other students in the class. So they're learning the same concepts, they're learning the same tools, but they're putting their own spin on it.
I'm just really grateful that she had this opportunity. I think it opens up a whole new world. I think it gives her a good feeling that she's capable of doing some things that maybe no one else in the Valley or not a whole lot of people are really used to hearing about or participating in. But it gives her that little bit of edge to understand that she has something, a bit of education that she can take and compete against kids anywhere in the country.
In this increasingly fast-paced digital world, what your child needs is an edge. Introducing Sylvan Edge, the completely new, totally fun STEM courses that open up the amazing world of technology and puts it right into your child's hands. Imagine him building Lego robots from scratch, coding his very own shareable video games, or becoming a master problem solver. And he'll take these exciting skills to build his own future. Call Sylvan Edge at 1-800-EDUCATE today. Classes are filling up.
Your child can do anything. Amazing things. Things to make you proud to be a parent. But not every option is as good as the next. And some are just plain bad. Bring out their best with great tutoring options from Sylvan. Each one affordable, convenient, and guaranteed to produce great results.